your stuff down, please.
Why? Can I help you?
We have to search you.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Stop.
What's your reason?
It's for the judge and the prosecutor to demand it. That's it. You've been doing this every...
Welcome, everyone. I am Leroy Truth for Leroy Truth Investigations, because recording the police in the course of their daily duty and holding them accountable through shining the light of transparency and truth on their daily activities shall keep us free. And let's get right to it. And this video comes from a site, or a channel actually, called Free Human. Take a look at them here. Free Human, make sure to subscribe to them. They only have 3 videos so far. However, this guy's got great instincts, great passion for the First Amendment. Has 199 subscribers. Please go there, subscribe to him. Tell him Leroy Truth Investigations sent you. And I'm going to play this video where he attempts to go into a town hall and where he just wants to do business. But an evil judge, an evil prosecutor say, oh, we don't believe in the Constitution. We demand everyone who come into our town hall be searched so they are not secure in their property, their person. If you dare to come into a public building funded by taxpayers and dare to do public business, you must surrender your Fourth Amendment right. It's not just bullshit. It is absolutely wrong. Thank God for this gentleman who is standing up, not just for his rights, but for your rights and my rights. Because when one person bows down and gives fealty to the government masters, of course they are supposed to be our servants, it hurts all of us. And when one man or one woman stands up for their rights, they are standing up for all of our rights. And let's take a look at the video now.
Lay your stuff down, please.
Why? Can I help you?
We have to search you.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Stop.
What's your reason?
It's for the judge and the prosecutor to demand it. That's it. You've been doing this every...
The judge and the prosecutor demand it. They are literally doing something against the Constitution, which is against the ultimate law of the land. Continuing.
For what?
For safety. You're subject to a search when you step inside this building, period.
No, I'm not.
Then leave the building.
I will leave the building.
Leave the building.
But I have business to conduct here. I need to go to the county clerk's office.
Before you do that, we just have to search you.
Okay, what crime do you suspect?
Before you do that and do your business, which you have every right to do as a free human, we have a right to search you. We're going to search you. And if not, we're going to arrest you. And wait till you see what happens.
Back me up.
Like my partner already.
Fourth Amendment, you cannot research me without reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. Dickhead!
Hey,
give me a reasonable...
I will detain you. Stop. You are called...
Okay, I'm not detained?
It is disorderly conduct.
Am I detained right now?
You are being searched. Stop.
Am I detained?
I will detain you.
Okay, I'm not detained.
See how the cop's ego gets involved there? He's just getting pissed off. The man just wants to be left the fuck alone and go about his private business that he wants to conduct with the town.
Hey, I'm going on my way. Get the fuck away from me. Do not assault me. Do not touch me. I will defend myself. Excuse me.
Mr. Evans, there's nothing down here for you.
How do you know I don't need a county controller? You don't know what I'm doing here. I told you I'm not going to the courtroom at this moment. So leave me alone.
We have to search you.
Under what suspicion of what crime?
The judge and the prosecutor, they demand that you need to be searched before even entering the building.
Nope. You do not get to violate my Fourth Amendment rights unless you can articulate reasonable...
You are not walking by me. Stop.
And the video ends. And he was, in fact, arrested. Unlawfully, illegally, unconstitutionally, Because, ladies and gentlemen, we have a right as free people. And I never call myself a citizen, by the way, because that means you have bought in and you are saying, yes, I am part of the system. Now, I'm not saying I'm a sovereign citizen. However, I don't call myself a citizen. I'm not using the labels here. I am a free man, and I have rights because I exist, not because the government gave them to me. This gentleman, he stood up for you and me. That's courage. He passionately verbalized how he felt. And what did the cop do? Immediately goes to, hey, I want to see how I can arrest this guy. What can I arrest him on? Disorderly conduct. He's talking louder than I think he should. Disorderly conduct. They arrested him. What is arresting? They kidnap him against his will, against the law, because remember, any law that is contrary to the Constitution is null and void. He's standing up for his constitutional rights, and he gets kidnapped, violently assaulted, handcuffed, and put in a cage for doing what he has a right to do. And if you're not ready to take action, and I always underline, not violent action, but action, calling everybody. And I don't know who this is. Let me see. I don't know where this is. No, they don't say where it took place. So if I get that information, I will update you. But just in general, of course, we want to make sure that you call your local politicians, state politicians, federal politicians. Again, are they people to be trusted? No. But they are the ones who make the laws. And so do not underestimate the mass calling them. If you make the action to call them, I make the action to call them, email them. In mass, we can make a difference. Absolutely. Now, what are the laws when it comes to unreasonable searches and seizures? And well, let's read something important here. Now, let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen, on what the Fourth Amendment actually says. The Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. Now, we're going to come back to unreasonable. Shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue, but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Now, here's a problem. Constitution is an amazing document, but it is not perfect. And what is missing here? It says against unreasonable searches and seizures. Well, here's the deal, as the cops like to say. What's unreasonable? To you and me, it is unreasonable that that gentleman was being required to give up his Fourth Amendment rights, or he wouldn't be able to conduct business in a public building and public business. That's a flawed piece, because when you have a gray area, that's called a gray term, not a black or white term. It's a gray term in the Constitution. The government will almost always err on the side of what gives them more power. Unreasonable to you and I, that would be unreasonable. To the government, to the judge, and to the prosecutor, they don't think it's unreasonable. They think we should be able to be searched by the government to enter a government building. And there lies a big problem. The gray of the Constitution. And unless there is a victim, there is no crime. Unless I am doing something that is hurting someone, I have a right to my personal space, to my boundaries, to be free from unreasonable searches or seizures. Do you agree, ladies and gentlemen? And please comment. Agree or disagree? I want all comments. If you don't agree with me, put it down there. I want to hear it. Now, last item before we go. There's a gentleman a few years ago in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. He went to go to a town hall there. And they said, oh, welcome, except you got to show us your ID. Otherwise, you can't come in. Well, most people complied. He did not. And by the way, I'm going to show you the results of a poll that was conducted locally, whether people thought it was reasonable for a government to demand the ID before they allow you to go into We the People space. That's our building. It's not the government's building. It's our building. Or if that's okay, they should require that. That's fine. I don't care what they do. And so you're going to see what the results of the poll are. Should you have to show ID to get into your town hall? Severin Johnson protesting at Bethlehem City Hall. Bethlehem resident Severin Johnson protested last week after he was denied entrance to Bethlehem City Hall. This is actually a few years ago, but I just came upon this when I was doing a search today. It's relevant now as it was then. A Bethlehem, Pennsylvania resident, Severin Johnson, thinks that people should be able to visit a municipal building, also what I call a We the People building, without showing a photo ID. I think it's right. Severin said he was refused entrance to Bethlehem City Hall last week when he went to file anonymous right-to-know request, which is permitted by state law. They even have a typo here. By state law, like that's really powerful, strong law, apparently. But it is constitutionally illegal. They don't care. Courts, judges, so many times, prosecutors, cops, they don't care about the Constitution. After he was turned away by a receptionist Tuesday, Severin picketed outside City Hall on Wednesday and Thursday to register his objection. Bethlehem Mayor Bob Donchez, who was out of town last week, told LehighValleyLive.com reporter Lynn Olenoff he intends to discuss the Access ID policy with his staff this week. You fucking lepton, snuff-headed, muff-headed booger whacker. You don't need to discuss it with anyone. You know the freaking Constitution. You probably laid your hand on a Bible and swore an oath to it before you took office. I don't need a quorum. I don't need to discuss it with the town council members. It's wrong. It's against the Constitution. It's against human rights to demand ID. Show me your papers. Show me your papers before you can conduct your business in the We the People's building. See how they passed the buck? Fucking idiot. Bob Donchez. The city started requiring City Hall visitors to show ID after the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001. Talk about overkill. Other public buildings require screenings of visitors at the door, such as signing in, being buzzed in, showing ID, or going through metal detectors. Most municipal buildings, however, don't require IDs. Good, because they're doing the right thing as opposed to the wrong thing. What do you think? Should municipal buildings require ID to get in? Have a say in our informal poll. What does your town hall require, if anything? Should there be more security at the door, or should people be able to come in without having to produce your papers? Show me your papers. Now, I'm going to show you the poll. Take a look at this poll and put in the comments, what do you think? Should you have to show ID to get into your town hall? This is a poll conducted by this particular newspaper. Yes, 41.32% said yes. You bootlicker, authoritarian-loving idiots. And then security checks such as metal detectors are okay, but not ID. 29.22% of you snuff-headed, booger-whacker dumbasses think that is okay. And I don't really care as long as I can get in, 8%. So let's add that up informally. 41, 30, 41, 51, 61, 71, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 79. About 80% of people, almost 80% of people, basically, are happy to give away their Fourth Amendment rights. Security checks metal detector, that's Fourth Amendment violation. Only 21.23% of people in this poll in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania area understand freedom. That's an emergency, ladies and gentlemen, where 80%, almost 80% of people, they're happy to give their rights away to the government. Not me. I will die exercising my constitutional rights because unless we exercise them, they atrophy just like muscles. If we don't exercise our body, our physical body, our muscles atrophy, they get weaker. The muscles go away. We have to exercise our constitutional rights. And we are not being a troublemaker or disorderly by doing that. We are being a wise human that is defending the rights of all men and all women in our country and in our world. I appreciate each of you. I appreciate this gentleman. I don't know his name. I don't have any information to send you a link. If I get it, I will update it in the description for you. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share. I'm a growing channel. Please like, comment, and let's get the word out to way more people so we, the people, continue to exercise our constitutional muscles, our freedom muscles, so the government will never tread on us. Till next time, this is Leroy Truth. I appreciate you.